What is up, y'all? This is Gosher Dude. So I haven't been posting any videos for a while. I'm busy with, I have a life now. Anyway, so this is Bootleg episode number 12, and this is on the perfect Zector. I picked this up in Vietnam for $10. So what you get is the Kabuto's Cannon, the Drake Zector, the Zabi Zector, and there's a Sword Zector. Before we get into the cannon gun back there, we're going to look at the three individual Zectors that came with it, starting with the B. This is cast in plastic gold with silver and black on it. So yeah, pretty nice. It does. This is the only thing it can do. You wonder if it's if you can collapse its abdomen. You cannot, because I have the original Zabi Zector, and they are pretty much the same size except for the tip. The DX Japanese one, the tip is a little bit longer, but yeah. So you get a comparison right there. So if I squish this down, the Japanese one is a lot shorter, because this they killed the squishing down gimmick anyway. So there's that comparison. Next up is sword. Good look at the sword Zector. Nice skinny little thing. Has chrome insect legs and a stinger. Do this and do the same thing as the original Zector does. And here's the original Zector, which has a ratcheting joint in its tail. And the original one is actually not bigger than the small one. The only one in the bootleg set that is in correct scale is the B. Everything else has been downsized. So yeah, even the claws right here are ratcheted. So that's nice. You can see a difference with it. And it's not the wrong color. The bootleg doesn't have anything wrong with the colors. There might be some missing paint apps, but the colors pretty much are right. These are all in their hyper modes. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, look at it. Here's the bottom. This one is missing a peg clip. Yeah, sticking out right there. So yeah, there's a difference right there. And I'll put you over here. Put you down here. And next up is a very big difference. Here is Drake, the bootleg one. Here is the Japanese one. Big difference. Here's the wings. You can look at the wings right there. And big difference. His is translucent. Body shape and the barrels are different size. So yeah, and this one is light. This one actually has some heft to it. This one doesn't have the thing sticking out like the DX one does. The DX one can do that one, while this one can't do it at all. It can still fold the wings, although it's kind of scary because it's really tight. I might loosen up that joint, but it's a really tight joint of it. And they don't go up together, but actually they do go up together. Okay. Sometimes. There we go. Sometimes it wants to go together, sometimes it doesn't. And this will not fit in the DX Zector grip because it's too small. Anyway, so there's a comparison between all those three. Now let's look at the keep on forgetting Hyper Zector Cannon mode, and we were gonna call it like that. Anyway, here it is. Pretty good. You can see the Kabuto's Hyper Horn kind of design going on right here, which looks real good. This opens up. These open up, and you push the button. The handle flips down, and what do you get? You have a sword. These are not buttons anymore. These are lights. These will be individual saying Kabuto power, Zabi power, Drake power, and sword power, but they don't do that anymore. And you only get 3 sounds, or was it 4? 3 or 4 sounds in this thing. And no matter what Zector you put on, it will be all the same sounds. So let's go through the sounds real quick. So sword, and they go in the same pattern. So once you figure out the pattern, you know what mode to go next. So sword, I think the next one is a laser shot, and the next one should be like, and it sounds like a very bad imitation of Mechagodzill's roar. Okay, so there's only 3 sounds on this thing. There, we're back to sword. So yeah, we can go sword. Okay, so all Zector combined. So sword would go on the bottom, and if it's a sword by itself, it will be Hyper Sting, I believe is what the technique's called. I saw it. I remember that from the show. So it was Hyper Sting. You have Drake on here by himself without the sword. The sword was just there, but you have Drake by itself. Shit. I think the B was Hyper Sting. I might be wrong. Okay, so I think the B was called Hyper Sting. So swords, I don't remember what that one's called. Hyper Slash, maybe. Anyway, so Drake, and if it's in gun mode, like this, it'll be a hyper shooting. And I'm trying to work everything here. Actually, I'm gonna put it back in sword mode. Sorry, you guys can't see that well. Okay, so we get the B. Put it on there. That. Bring this up, and we have the perfect Zector with everyone on there. So it is a ridiculous sword, even though this is a downscaled version of it, which I am going to be happy if I ever do find the real perfect Zector one. So yeah. Okay, so there's that. In gun mode, just do that. And I think Drake's wings will stay out in this mode. But for me, oh, also if the Carpador's weapon is in sword mode and you put Drake on it, I believe it's called Hyper Axe mode, because the wings on like axes. So anyway, do that. Make Drake's wings into the scope, and this is how it become my hyper shooting. Right here, it is very small and tight. My fingers can barely fit in it, but I can still hit the trigger. So you got that. And Hyper Typhoon, I believe that's what it's called. Oh, that's the sword one, I think. Or Cyclone, whichever one's one of those two. So yeah, there is the Bootleg perfect Zector. If it can stand up, there we go. Come on now. So yeah, there is the perfect Zector. I hope you guys enjoyed this Bootleg episode. Stay tuned for more awesome reviews from Go Shoot Dude, and I'll see you guys next time.